Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for the always pleasant task of welcoming another new business to Woodbridge. We are at the corner of the ramp off of Route 9 South onto Main Street, right across from the Woodbridge bowling site. Many of the old-time Woodbridge residents will remember this as the Brass Bucket. It was a long-time, very successful steakhouse in town. Since then, this site has had a very troubled history. It was a pancake house, it was Club Sleep, it was Crossroads Restaurant, it was Detours Bar, probably a couple other things we can't remember. But in every case, the company or the business that opened up here did not make it. One of the main reasons why is because the parking is limited, which is why a kidney dialysis center is the perfect type of business to go on a place like this with limited parking, because people don't drive here. They get dropped off, they get picked up. I mean, the employees work here certainly, but this is the perfect use for this site. Dr. Swan, Dr. Alexander Swan to my left, came to see us in Town Hall, Carolyn, Marta, and myself a couple of years ago, several years ago. And this is a project that's been a long time to come to fruition, but we're thrilled, absolutely thrilled that we're here today to welcome this business here. This is part of a resurgence of Upper Main Street that's happened, and it's the last spot to really have something happen to it. We had the Bally's turn into a center. We had the community center get built. We had the old Quickie Mart became Investor Savings Bank. We had the High Hill Garage become a daycare center and Northfield Bank. So the whole area from Route 35 north into Ford's on Main Street has been revitalized now, and this is the last one. Well, until Hess, which we'll talk about someday when Hess sells all that property and brings a whole lot of clients to you, by the way. But anyway, this is a great day today to welcome Garden State Kidney Center. I'd like to present this proclamation to Dr. Swan and ask him to say a few words about the type of operation you have, what kind of hours you have, how many people work here, what exactly you do. This is your chance to introduce yourself to the residents of Woodbridge Township.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So I'm very happy to have a center for the community. We are doing something different in the dialysis in the war, and we put the patient first instead of money first, and then we take care of the patient from every corner, make a patient live longer, and then with a better quality of life, and with a better service, and then they have less suffering, and they feel better, and they live longer. This is a driving force to make that center. Because we have a lot of dialysis center available, but I want to do it more private, and then we can provide the better service.
So this is the only place you own, or you own other places?
Yeah, that's the first one. And
the first one, okay.
The first one. So I plan to multiply more, and for the better service for the community and the patient.
Now, what's your background? What's your personal background?
Personal background, I'm specialized in the kidney, internal medicine, and specialized in the critical care. And I also, my background in my country, I was a designer when I was doing my medical school.
Okay.
So I have a business background, and then the medical background.
I think everybody should have a business background somewhere along the line. Somebody always needs some business.
I think part of the thing happened is because of my background in business.
Okay, good. Tell me about the hours you're open.
With the hour, we have a dialysis patient need 3 times a week dialysis, right. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So we open 6 days a week, and we have a shift open for first shift, second shift, third shift. Okay. And if necessary, then we can open the late shift, night shift.
How many people could you possibly fit if you had everybody came here?
Yeah, we can put like up to between 3 and 4 shifts, so between 100 to 150, altogether.
Altogether, okay. Altogether. So how many per shift? Like?
Yeah, it can go up to 4 shifts a day and 6 days a week.
But how many people on one shift? Like one time, what's the most people you can treat?
Oh, we can free every shift, and then one time is a 19 patient.
19, that's what I'm driving. Okay, so 19 patients, 6 shifts, and up to 8 shifts.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, gotcha. And your hours, so it's really almost round the clock.
Yeah. We open to every.
So what's the first shift? What hours?
The first shift started at 6 o'clock.
6. Okay. Okay.
But we can be flexible with everybody.
So somebody said I got to be here at 5:30.
5:30, we can do it.
And what made you decide to come to Woodbridge?
Woodbridge is a very nice community, and I like Mayor too.
Oh, good. That helps. That helps.
So you have eaten for a long time, right?
I better be.
Yeah.
I better be. I'll tell you November 3rd.
Yeah, and so it's the biggest in this area.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest township, and a lot of population there. A lot of things are growing, booming. So the Woodbridge is the best.
Yeah, you really are in a good spot because there's going to be some economic development right there in the Hess site because Hess got acquired and they sold the gas stations, they sold the refinery. Now they're selling that building right there, and they're going to develop right around it and some retail and some restaurants, hopefully, and maybe residential. And then down the street at Riffy's, right on the train. The good thing here is the train.
Yeah.
Because it's a very, very underutilized resource. But the more people that come down here to live, the more the train station will become even more and more viable. And you're only 30 minutes from New York City here, so it's a perfect spot.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
your clients
it's
come in.
Close to Staten Island too.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
we attract some patients from Staten Island too.
Oh, you do?
Dialysis
Okay.
patient.
And you got not many towns have a Wegmans, and not many towns have a place like Woodbridge Center. So you're right in the middle of everything right here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'd like to now introduce Nancy Drum, who as a council person represents downtown Woodbridge, and as the the membership director of the Chamber of Commerce. If she hasn't already hit you up to join, she will. But let me ask Nancy to say a few words.
Well, that's a good segue into my story because a couple months before they were opening, I was wondering what was going to happen here. So I pulled in the parking lot with my friend Amy Krasinski, and we're just sitting in our car, and it didn't look open. We weren't sure, and then all of a sudden, this nice little lady comes out of her car, Kathy. And what's your role here, Kathy?
Regional Vice President of Operations.
Regional Vice President of Operations, and she said hi, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I introduced myself." She goes, "Oh, come on in, I'll give you a tour." So she was so nice, and at that time I met Ida, who is one of the managers here, and I met the dietitian over there, and we had a great relationship, and we developed it ever since then. They joined the Chamber of Commerce. We had our meet and greet, and I was so excited to meet Dr. Swan. So I had an opportunity, and when I first met him, I thought he was so quiet and shy. And when it was his turn to speak at the meet and greet, he was talking away. But it was
I can't imagine you would find somebody talking away.
It was so nice, and it's I can really attest to the warmth that they have. I met some of the other staff members in there just recently. Dr. Swan told everyone that his main concern was to be able to treat everyone like family, and he was all about customer service and making sure that everyone that came through his door, his facility, that they would feel like they were part of the family. So I am honored that you joined the Chamber of Commerce, and that as a councilwoman here in Woodbridge, that you're a great group and a great business, and we wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right, let's cut the ribbon. You can hold this.
Sure.
Now, if you can help me count down from 5, that would be 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Woodbridge. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Alexander Swan. I am a medical director in the Garden State Kidney Center. I want to show you around how do we operate. And this is a life-saving center for the people who need who had a workup for the kidney failure. So once people have kidney failure, if we don't do dialysis, they will die. So this is life-saving for keep moving with the quality of life and the extension of the life. And so I will show you the dialysis machine here. So this is a special chair, and we have heating in place, and we have a vibration in place, and then we can move the chair flat also. So it could be a bed, it could be a chair, and we can adjust any way, any form for the patient need. And the winter time is at the heat, so we give a heat, and then we have a vibration too. So vibration make a patient like a massage. So it's a massage chair as well. So it has a massage function. So it's good for the circulation with the massage and everything. So with dialysis, like a 3 hour, 4 hour sitting here, so we make it comfortable for the patient, and then patient circulation is improving with the dialysis, and with the vibration and heat and everything. So that make a patient feel better, and they live longer as well. So, and the patient is sitting, they have a TV, and they have a news media, they have all the channel they wish to watch. So that help for the patient to spend time and while they're doing the dialysis. So this is a special machine, and that machine is a life-saving machine. So we use that machine to clean the patient the toxin accumulated because of kidney failure. So when kidney failure happens, the toxin accumulated and make patient sick, and then make patient die later. So to avoid that, we remove the toxin with a special machine. So that machine is an expensive machine, a very good machine, and that will clean the patient toxin from the body through the blood. And this is called hemodialysis. So hemodialysis means that it cleans the blood from the water purification. And then this is an artificial kidney we call dialyzer. That dialyzer is a cleaning system in place between the blood and then the special water, the treated water. So that's a way we remove the toxin and make the patient live longer. So and then we have that kind of system in place, like 18 to 19. So we can do a dialysis, 18, 19 patients at one time. We can do 3 times a day, and then or 4 times a day, depending on how many patients require. And then one patient need 3 times a week dialysis. So they come like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. So in that way, we can make a patient live longer, and then with a higher quality of life. So if you have a chance, I would like to show you around. I don't know. This is the cleaning area, so the nurse can wash and patient can wash the hand and everything. And then those are the solution what patient need for the treatment. And then we have a nursing stationery, and with the computer and the phone and technology, and the state-of-the-art technology. And then each patient have a comfortable room, and they can communicate each other, or they can have their privacy by pulling the curtain around the chair, so they can have a complete privacy as well, or they can communicate each other as well. So we have this row, we have another row in this side, and then we have a second row and then the third row. So altogether we have 19 chair, 19 station, and that will provide the community people who need a treatment for kidney failure. This is another area we helping the people who need isolation for medical reason, and this is an isolation room, and we have a dialysis dedicated for isolation room and isolated patient who need isolation from infection or other things, so we can provide a better care with a special isolation room. So clean, and then preventable, and also all kind of communicable disease. This I want to show you another way of doing dialysis, which is a peritoneal dialysis, which is a different kind of dialysis, and patient can do at home every day. And then we monitor the patient, we train the patient to make it happen. This is a diaphragm of peritoneal dialysis, and we use a belly as a kidney, and we put a catheter here, and the catheter stay there for a long time, and as long as catheter is working, we leave it there, and we put the fluid in and fluid out. In that way, a patient can clean the toxin from the body as a result of kidney failure. A special chair for them, and a heated chair. Temperature can be adjusted, and then with the vibration, massage chair as well, and then it can be flat, it can be full. So the way patient need, it can be adjustable. And we train here for almost 3 months before they start a dialysis, and we train them to be independent. This is a peritoneal dialysis solution. This is a connection. Those are the steps. We train the patient individually, and then also we train the family as well as patient partner, husband, wife, daughter, son, anybody who are taking care of the patient. We train them to make sure that they get a good care with this system. So these are the system that we use it for the patient care. It's called peritoneal dialysis. So this is the system we use. We put a catheter in, and we have a fluid in. The fluid drain, clean the blood through the fluid, and then whatever toxin come out in the bag, and then in that way, it's working like a artificial kidney. So that's another option we can utilize for a patient who had a kidney failure, and then who can be normal again with the treatment. So the patient can be active, can have a full-time work, and a full-time job. So they don't need to compromise for their job. They can keep the same job. They can go for a better job as well. And then their time is can be adjusted, and depending on the treatment selection. So when we make everything happen, and go for the patient, and go for the community, and go for the kidney patient as a whole. And this is the brief description of what we can provide from this center for the community with the kidney patient. And we have another way of doing the dialysis as well. We put the dialysis machine in the patient home, and then we train the patient, we monitor the patient, and then they can do the dialysis at home. Instead of coming here, they can do it at home with their schedule and with their comfortable level with their convenience. So it's very helpful for the dialysis community, and then who need help, and then who need assistance. So we'll provide all the service, social service, nutrition service, and medical service, and then communication service. So whatever they need, then we can make it happen, and then helping and then saving life, and then making people live longer with a better quality of life.